Hello.
Hello,
Hello, can you hear
everyone.
me?
Can you hear me over there?
Hello. Are we live?
Is this thing working? Is this thing working?
Right. I have a special delivery for me. Thank
Oh,
you.
special delivery.
Especially for me, Creamistry.
Whoa, what is that?
It's have you not had their ice cream before?
No, I didn't even know there was a place called Creamistry.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us
Oh,
tonight. I hope y'all
I'm
are all
sorry.
excited and had a
well,
great day because we have got a show for you.
Hi.
Sandy Joe, just chill out for a minute, okay?
wow, you
Let me
just
grab my
came
pretzels.
in
Hold
with a
on.
lot of energy and
I
just
got my
took
drink.
over the show like
I
that.
know. Well,
All
hey
right.
Alex, how's it going?
Welcome, Alex. Glad you could make it tonight. See me and my two friends.
Oh,
Thing one, thing two.
we've been
I did that
delegated.
good. I didn't even plan that right, but I did that good, didn't I?
That was pretty good.
I'm just joshing with y'all. All right. That was my daily dose of interruption, everyone. So
Yeah, that was really good though.
I
That
hope
was
you
really
liked
good.
it. I'm gonna call that my butter interruption.
And Cash was laying right there. So I don't
Oh.
know Cash ate her kill.
What? Did he say Cash killed
I
someone?
think he was talking about the dog. He was talking about the dog.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we've had dog drama all afternoon. I almost didn't know if I was going to make it. Hey, Brenda, how's it going?
Nice.
Hola.
Well, we can hear about it later. Go ahead and
Yeah.
go back to what you were talking about.
Well, I was talking about Creamistry.
Okay.
So this is the only place that we can go, like, actually to and get ice cream because they have a non-dairy base thing.
Shout
so we can
out
make it out of
Creamistry.
cashew or coconut, and cashew's the best. So Joe,
Really?
you can totally have this. It's so good. It tastes just like normal.
I have to try it. Where's it at?
It's right there where the Nike outlet is.
What's
Oh,
the
in the
Nike
West End.
outlet?
Yes. It's
Oh,
so
that's
close
right around
to
the
you.
corner.
Yes.
West. How late are they open?
Family. Send the family till 10.
Oh,
They
go
can
tell them to
get
do it now, Joe.
Oh yeah.
And you can do the live taste testing on the
yeah.
show.
Then
Yes.
let's
So-
see. Let's see.
Get
Let
get
us-
cashew based.
You better watch
Um,
your cashew.
Let me see. Let me see. Can you go? I'm typing it up to.
Okay,
producer.
while he's doing that, you know
Yeah.
what? I got a text tonight from Chon. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Hey, Sean.
What was the name
Right, I'll
again?
tell you here in just a second. It's called
Creamistry.
Creamistry.
I do Creamistry.
Creamistry.
Mira, they got all the fancy name.
And they make it right there in front of you. It's so fancy.
Is it like that cream? No, the
It's like Creamistry.
Ike Coldstone Creamery.
I've
And
never
you
been
s-
there.
And you said use the what milk?
Cashew based.
Oh, cashew based.
Mm-hmm.
Cashew based.
Because the
Version.
coconut is too coconutty.
You put come in.
I
You
like
put the lime in the coconut.
So Brenda's
Hola.
Creamistry is
Oh.
thebomb.com. Sandy recommended it. It is so good. See, Brenda, I've got them hooked on that
They
too.
said you should go to
Oh.
Creamistry when you go back to Lubbock.
Creamistry?
Yeah,
What is that?
none of your business.
Oh my goodness.
You have Creamistry money, girl?
She's like, oh. She's like, oh.
It's like, let me put that out for you right here, and then let you.
Let me just dangle this carrot and then hit you with it.
And then tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Tell you what you're not going to do.
Nothing at all.
Oh, anyway, real quick. So John had came up or messaged me earlier. I was like, "What this guy's messaged me about?" I was like, "Oh, come on, John. Let me show you."
Ooh.
I know, right? I was like, "Come on, man.
Did
How
he
you gonna
just-
do this in the afternoon for me?"
Did he just send you a picture of some ribs?
He said, I'll show you. Thank you for showing me your meat. Here's my meat.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
what's
did.
me- What? Maybe
Look at that.
tomorrow.
What kind of negativity?
Tell him.
But I
Take
want
the
for the
disrespecting.
show.
Yes, tell
It's
him they
for
can
the
come on the show. Take that disrespect and go get an ice cream right now.
Right?
You hear me? Jeez.
So they
You
have
had
this
them-
one that's called affogato, and so they you put
Domo
whatever
arigato.
you put whatever ice cream flavor you want, and then they pour espresso over it. So good.
espresso.
So
I don't know.
you
I
know
don't know if
what?
you would like it.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee person.
So I'm not a coffee, but you can't associate espresso with coffee all the time because if you add like teaspoons to tablespoons of espresso into any chocolate, you don't taste espresso. You actually get this enhanced chocolate flavor that is out of this world. So don't knock it, Joe, until you actually try
Now, Joe.
next batch of cookies, chocolate chip cookies or brownies. Put a little teaspoon of espresso in there, and geez.
Have you
Okay.
made brownies lately, Joe?
I have not made brownies, but
Why?
the producer doesn't want to go, so I'm seeing if Big Kid will go.
Okay.
Yes, big kid.
And if
Come on,
anybody of y'all out there in Lubbock are driving around and you want to just drop it off real quick, you know.
Right. If you want to go ahead and DoorDash
Right,
it to
exactly.
Joe.
I mean, yeah, there you go, DoorDash. Oh, you should
Yeah.
just DoorDash it, dude. Make a new account and get that free DoorDash, and then order it, and then done.
By the time
Yeah.
DoorDash
Cancel.
gets there, my gosh, it'll be forever.
Anyway.
we'll see. We'll see if
So
my family cares about me at all. We'll see.
Right.
I care.
I care, but I already have my cream street bread.
Last night, okay, after we got done with the show last night, I went upstairs.
The night before.
That too, then too. Yesterday, after
What you
yesterday
talking about,
after
Sean?
the night before came up closer, I remembered I was like looking at my phone and I was talking with my niece, and I looked here and I was playing Halo and I'm losing, then I'm winning and I'm losing, and then I'm winning a lot, really good. And then I looked at my phone and I was like, "Okay, you having a good time here, Mija?" She said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, good." And I was like, "Okay." I think your tia planned a surprise birthday party for me, and she forgot to put it on her calendar and not our calendar.
Oh,
And I was like, or I may have put that in there for her, trying to give her the hint. I'm not sure, but I think it's the first one. So then today earlier, my wife calls me up. She goes, "I can't figure out how to do this. I just need your help." But in doing that, I'm planning a party for you for your birthday, and I needed to tell
Okay.
you because Facebook was messing up on the event,
Right.
and I couldn't do it.
yeah.
Okay,
Cindy contacted
so
me,
I-
and I was like, we were confused.
I'm like, okay, Joe, I swear Dakisa invited me to something for Jamie. I said, but I can't find it. And Joe's like, well, she didn't invite me. And I'm like, oh, surprise.
Yeah, so I was like, never mind, I guess.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I
There you
was
go.
not,
There you go. Just
I
putting that out
was
there.
not invited, I suppose.
Like,
It's fine.
She was
I'm
saying.
okay.
So she was having. Okay, well, get this though. She was like, "I'm having problems inviting people." She goes, "I think you need to be in here, so I'll invite you." But she was like, "But I can't find you." And I was like, "Huh?" She goes, "I don't think we're friends on Facebook because my wife unfollowed me years ago. She didn't unfriend me like she thought she did today, but she unfollowed me because there was a period when I had some eye stuff going on,
Yeah,
and I
she
was
did not
posting
wanna
up
see
the
that.
pictures
Yeah,
of my
she did not
eye."
wanna see
She didn't
that.
want to see your
And so
your
she was like, "If you don't
detached
stop that, yeah." She was like, "If you don't stop that, I'm gonna unfollow you." And I was like, "Click." I mean, I was at home, guys, for 2 weeks, 4 weeks total, laying on my stomach, just looking down the whole time. So,
Well, yeah, you didn't have much to
do
really.
I did watch all of the Star Trek Voyager series, all the Star Trek series. Actually, I went from original series all the way to
Oh my goodness, I
whatever
would've-
at the time what it was. And
I was
yeah.
about to say I would have stabbed myself in the eye, but that's what you were. You were already having.
But I was already recovering from that stabbing
Oh
me.
my gosh! Oh my gosh!
But poor choice of words. Poor choice. Of
So
words.
she deleted the old event, created a new event, was able to add me in, and Facebook does that because for everyone's birthdays I've set up for both of y'all and all other things and everyone's celebrations. I don't know what it is about Facebook, but there are some people I just can't add, and I was like, "What the flip is this?"
Maybe
It
they have
always
like
happens.
a setting where you just like they don't want to be invited anywhere. It's like, do not invite me.
Oh, that's a
It's
good
the grumpy
point.
setting.
And maybe that is the case.
I don't do dishes. I don't go to parties. I don't.
So she added me back, and I added a bunch of people in there. So if you're watching this and you want to come to my birthday party, and you're up here in Normal, Bloomington, just
You're
let
gonna
me
go to
know.
a steakhouse. I thought that was pretty nice.
So this steakhouse, I don't know if y'all have these up there, but it's one. I like this one because they have a salad bar, and I'm a sucker for salad bars.
Cattle Barons had a salad bar,
Yes,
and Brian's Steakhouse has a salad bar.
Yeah, we won't talk about that one. Anyway,
Is it bad?
so
He used to
so
work there.
I used to work there, and they treated me horribly. Like
You used to work at
horribly.
Brian's?
All right, get this though, Sonny. I used to work there. They
you try to
treated
ride
me
the cow?
horribly. Something. Try to write something. Anyway, but then they fired me. And then I found out years later, a buddy of mine goes, "Why did you leave Brian's?" And I was like, "Leave?" He fired me. He made it pretty clear. Okay. And he was like, "He didn't want you to really leave." And I was like, "Oh, you freaking guy." Anyway, So then when I worked with
'cause
them later on.
He had a short fuse.
Yes. And later
So
on,
he
I
like
worked with him
fired you
again.
angrily, but don't like fire
But
you.
don't take him for granted or
Don't
literally
take him
or something.
seriously.
Yeah. I was like, serious? So anyway, I met him later in life again. Sweetest guy you could see all of a sudden. It was like, what happened? Did you become a grandfather or something?
Right.
And
Whose puppy did you kick this morning?
zero clue who I was. And I was like, you let me in your restaurant. I did all this stuff for you. I was like, did you know that you actually fired me some years ago? And he was like, oh, that was the old days. I'm sorry. I don't know what.
He's like, I'm postmodern. Mark.
I'm born again. I'm born again.
Born again.
A born again restaurateur.
He's like, I'm born again restaurateur. Not Christian, just born again
Yeah.
restaurateur.
So,
Yes,
but
This
the
is actual
steakhouse,
fact here. Cattle Baron
Yeah.
did close here.
we've had lots of birthdays there throughout the years. Back when I was in Lubbock, at least with all of y'all and stuff. But so this steakhouse up here, you can actually buy your own steak, and you order your steak by thickness.
It's
Like, you know,
BYOS.
yeah, so you say, I want it this steak, and they're like, okay. And they'll go get the steak and cut it that. And
I'll
then
come
you
in
can
with
either
my
pay
tomahawk.
them to make, I know. So you either pay them to cook it for you, or you take it to the grill and you cook it yourself.
What the?
What?
What in the?
Well, I knew
If
you were
I
going to say
wanted
something.
to work, I would take it home.
So it's
The-
extra. It's
so I'm-
extra to have them cook it. Just
my
so you know.
goodness.
Of
It's like a
course
couple
they-
bucks extra.
That is some shenanigans right there.
That's like the best scam ever. Bring your
I'm like,
steak
can
and
I bring
you
my own
cook it.
seasonings? Is that okay though?
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
like,
bring-
so here's our grill, and I'm just gonna charge you to use the grill. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. But
I'm gonna do
you're
that
probably
at
not having
my
any
house.
personnel issue because
Well, they're probably one of the ones that's more successful still.
Right. Complain to your dang self because you're the one who made it.
Take that and shove it.
oh my
So
goodness.
anyway, yeah. But that was my wife. Yeah, she needed help today.
We'll take
so,
lots of pics. We need to see him.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So looks like
What?
Big Kid's boyfriend is gonna go get it for me. So
I mean, James to the
Nice.
freaking rescue.
I'm right.
You the man, kiddo.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
One less thing to worry about. All right.
I will.
Tell him double kudos from Sandy and JPineapples if he
Yes.
gets it to you quicker than later. Okay. That's all we
Your
got.
butt
Visible.
in front of line. In front of line. I can't even talk. Butt in front
You know
of
what I
line.
heard today, Sandy?
Tell me, girl.
I heard this song. It's called Brick, and it's by Ben Folds 5. And my heart was soft this morning when I drove to work. Do you know why?
Why? Is it about murder?
No,
Oh,
Joe, do you know why?
I've heard the song.
I never.
So it's not so much as a
it's
song as
Okay.
it's specifically about Ben Folds. So Ben Folds 5 is one guy, and it was kids' favorite artist.
Oh,
Oh,
He
that's
always was
right.
on about Ben Folds 5. And when
And
he
are we
came
like-
on, yeah, he was out, he was above the stars when he would come on the show, and he'd be like, oh my gosh.
He would always fangirl.
He sure did. He sure did. So I heard it this morning, and I was like, oh, I miss you, kid. I'm still thinking about
Has
you,
it been
man.
like
So-
8 years now? I
Mhm.
want to say it's been like 8 years. That's just
Yeah.
wild to
Yeah,
me.
it is. Miss that guy. For all y'all don't know, we kind of do the show sometimes because he was so funny. It was definitely, I would say, it was one of our pieces of DNA for the social distancing show.
Oh, for
Joe
sure.
was the one, yeah. So he was so fun and stuff. So thanks, kid. Anyway, what do we got?
Thanks,
What do we got?
kid.
Because I got
Got
some
it.
stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I always remember that clip.
My favorite one is always the TV show theme song.
yeah.
Or that one where she's like, "Oh, you Mexican?"
I like the one. We're from North Carolina. Is it South
We are
Carolina?
Southern
Okay,
people.
yeah.
We do things different.
Speaking of that, do y'all like boiled peanuts?
No, but they're around. There are a lot of them up here.
Really?
Producer loves them. We got them whenever we were traveling through Alabama.
Alabama.
I
they
bet
were-
y'all did. Roadside stand.
They were hardcore right there. Let me tell you.
I remember this music song where they sold something on the side of the road, and it turned out to be like Earl's belongings or something like that. Like
Because
maybe he was
Earl
in the
had to
jam.
die.
We do too, Alex.
Mhm.
All right, what are y'all watching? What's y'all watching? What's been on y'all's players?
Can I go first?
Yeah, and you guys tell us in the comments what are the what movies, TV shows are you watching? What are you looking coming up soon?
What do y'all
what's something you
recommend
wanna
Sandy
watch?
to watch?
There you go.
I ain't
That's
gonna
it.
watch it,
So-
but
Go ahead, Joe.
I just finished it too. There's only 8 episodes of it.
Okay, so it's a
And
Netflix show. We already know.
It's a Netflix show, and where did it go? So it's a little. You guys wouldn't
I
know
got that
this,
song
but
stuck
I
in my head now,
actually
Sandy.
am. I like when people rebuild old cars, and
Okay.
so
Okay.
this is called Car Masters. And
Never heard of it.
basically, what they do is they're looking for this big payday.
Mhm.
And what they do is they start with little cars and they start trading up. They redesign this car and then trade up to another car up until they can get to the big payday. So
Wow.
it's pretty cool. And the name of the garage is called Gotham Garage.
I've
And
heard of that.
Yeah, they do things a
it's
little.
Batman.
They do things really
They're
differently.
from
so-
South Carolina too.
They're from South Carolina. Actually, they're from Temecula, California.
Oh, okay.
So, and they have a couple of seasons on it. They did another one, but this season they did some really cool stuff, and I just like it because I like seeing people build stuff because I can't do it. So,
I live vicariously through other
I'm like,
builders.
oh.
Yeah.
I was like, how are they going to do that? And then they just go boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's how they did that. That's
Like,
really
well,
cool.
that was difficult.
Yeah. So
I guess Alex has watched it and he said that show was great, Joe.
yes. So that's what
And-
I finished it. So now I'm looking for something else.
I guess Alex watched Suicide Squad. He said it was amazing.
I just
I
started
watched it
right
too.
before the show starts. Like
Oh,
I'm
really?
like 10 minutes into it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
So I saw it too. It was really fun. It was really silly at some parts, but I enjoyed it.
Does it have like graphic stuff? Why is it rated R?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's very so far. Yeah, I could definitely see.
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we're talking heads exploding, bodies being sliced up, decapitations. It's like right up your alley, Sandy.
Okay.
But
I'm
it's
like,
fake.
but like, so could I let
And
Cade
it goes
watch
really
it?
silly.
Could Cade watch it?
Yes.
Um.
Because the gore is silly.
Yeah, it's kinda
It's
silly.
wildish out there. I wouldn't let my kids watch it, but Cade's what, 16?
15. Mm-hmm.
15? I think he'll be okay with it.
Okay. Because he was like, I
But-
want to watch it, but it's rated R, Mom.
Yeah, I mean it's got a lot of curse words. There's a lot of bloody scenes.
So nothing
But
that
it's
he
nothing
hasn't
that's
heard
really-
of here in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
household.
Yeah, but so what I will say is
Cashew
not to
based.
spoil it for you, Joe,
Oh,
but
cashew based.
something happens in there because this movie is going to set up what would potentially be the phase 2 for DCEU, but really the reboot. So not really a phase 2, but phase 1 redo.
So is this a reboot or a follow up?
We'll have to wait and see because as far as I'm concerned, it's a reboot.
I feel like they used
It's
a
a
lot of the
complete reboot.
Guardians of the Galaxy stuff in it. I was
That's
over at a
because
friend's
James
house
Gunn
yesterday.
is the one who directed it.
Okay, because I was over at a friend's house yesterday and her son was watching it. Only reason I'm like, hey, that's the blue guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. And then,
Yondo. Yeah.
yes, he was the
Oh,
long-haired guy that was in jail.
Oh yeah, at the beginning.
hmm
And then, Joe, you can't watch it, Chon said. And Alex, it's technically a sequel. So,
Anyway, you'll have to see it. It's. I don't think actually that it is a sequel, but they are going to use it again to platform. So there's a new show coming out on HBO called The Peacemaker, and it stars Peacemaker, and it's going to be the platform for other new DC movies to come from that show, which is
Speaking
weird.
of comic books, I just watched the first episode of What If.
what is that?
Is that out?
It's out today. Was the first episode.
I'm gonna watch that after we get done with this. You guys, I love that comic book series as a kid. I collected so many of those, and to see a series coming out of it's kind of like, okay,
Where are your
Marvel
comic
just
book
keep
collections?
blowing
It's a
my
Marvel.
mind.
It's a Marvel thing about. It just does a different variation.
It's
of
basically
of a story.
So, yeah. So instead of Captain America being a guy from America, it's a girl from Britain.
It's Captain Mexican.
Britain,
Captain Mexico.
right? It could be. It's Senor Mexico.
Right.
Oh, we could have just called him a
Mexico.
Senor. But yeah, I'm excited for that show. I can't. Yeah, Marvel does things. I remember when I saw the first Spider-Man in Dallas, and I was like, I can't believe I'm watching one of my favorite comic book heroes on the screen. That's so weird. It was so fun though. It was so awesome. And then when the first Infinity Stone came on, and then all the characters, and anyway, it's like, man, and they're still doing it.
They're still doing it.
What if I never would have thought they'd do that?
Yeah, like what? And then they have so many big things coming up. They just need to keep their people happy, and so they quit getting sued.
Well, I hear that I hear that they may be changing that. So Marvel Studios was talking about how they think, and Kevin Feige was the one who said it, probably going to be moving away from,
Streaming,
not the streaming, the person being the same character for the whole entire run.
Oh,
So
I don't like
Chris
that at all.
Hemsworth being Thor, we
No.
might see 3 different Thors, but in
No.
the same story,
Boo.
in the same universe.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
No.
So they're not on the hook for like 10 years.
6 episodes. Yeah, exactly. 10 years.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I don't
so
like
Kevin,
that at
he
all.
didn't say it exactly, but he did say, I think we might be moving away from this whole one person. I don't remember how he said it, but it was something that, it led you to that. So you're like, I'm okay with that,
If
though.
that's the case, I'm not. I'm over it.
So one of the cool things,
It's like,
I will tell you guys, in my house, I haven't even told my daughter yet, guys. But one of the what if
I need hush
episodes.
money.
Listen, one of the what if episodes is what happens if T'Challa was taken by Yondu and raised instead of Star-Lord. But this is Chadwick Boseman's last
right, yeah.
his last role. So he gave the voice for T'Challa in this animated what if episode, and it's really him. And so in my
That's
house,
pretty cool.
we're really excited to see
Aw.
him one last time as a Marvel, whatever.
Right.
So he won't be the Black Panther, but it is his voice, legit. So we're just kind of like, man,
That's cool.
yeah,
That's cool. I like that.
yeah. So what are you watching, Sandy?
Okay. So I was unpacking boxes this weekend and I watched 2 movies. They're fairly recent and I think y'all might have heard of them. Okay. The first one is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, fairly.
It happened to be on and it's one of those that you watch. Doesn't matter what
Yes,
part it's
you're
on.
right.
I don't know if y'all Mrs.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of her?
Yes. Have y'all heard of her? That's it.
Have y'all out there in
Yeah.
the StreamYardiverse?
Robin Williams.
Have y'all? And
Robin
the second
Williams
one,
movie.
Sounds familiar. Sounds
familiar.
What's the second one? Let's see.
And this
Goonies.
is probably newer than Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
I've
You're
never
setting the
heard
bar
of it.
high.
I know. I've never heard of it. It's called 2 Weeks Notice. It's got Sandra Bullock in it and some other guy.
I don't
It
know
was
some other guy.
And
I've
it was
never met.
pretty
I don't remember
funny.
him.
I mean, it was like not all that, but there was nothing else for me to watch, and I lost the remote at some point, so I couldn't change it. This is you show right, Sean. And he does need money. So
Okay.
anyway,
I think we all do. Yeah. So, did you like Mrs. Doubtfire?
yes, it was funny. My favorite part: I don't do dishes. I don't do laundry.
Exactly. I don't change diapers.
Just letting you know, John. Just letting you know, John, since you're trying to put it out there for us.
Yeah,
What's an Australian?
yeah, it's an Australian, not Australian.
What did I put?
Australian.
Why y'all
I
posting
saw
the
a
wrong
sheepadoodle
things?
at the vet's office
Yeah.
today. He was so cute. And he was a big boy. He was 9 months old and he was bigger than Cash.
So, Mr. Pineapples, let's say that you get a dog. What are you thinking that you are going to like want the
Name
most
him.
from this dog?
What are you
What are you
going
gonna
to
want?
name him?
What are you gonna want most from this dog?
I want. So like right now, if I was on the show, I'd want him chilling out with me over here. But when I'm done with the chores, after everyone's asleep and I'm laying down playing some Halo or watching a movie, I just want him to chill out with me. Which is why I want an older dog, because I want them to be chill too with me, and we just can relax when it's time. I want when I'm doing chores, he's just over there. And just pops his head up every now and then, and just check on me like that.
check
Like,
on
I'm
you.
all right, bro. I'm all right, bro.
So
You good?
there's this movie with Chevy Chase called what is it called? Anyways, they have a dog, and he's like sitting by the fire, and Chevy Chase is reading the newspaper, and he's like this, and he looks, and the dog's tail is in the fire.
Oh my god.
No.
And he just moves the dog's tail out of the fire. The dog just did not want to move.
That's terrible.
What movie is this?
Chevy Chase, was that Caddyshack?
No, it's the one where
National Lampoon's
no,
Dog
no,
on
no, no.
Fire.
Where he's a PI?
No, they bought it. They bought. He's a writer, and they bought a
Turner and
house
Hooch.
in the
In
middle
the
of
out in the
out in the
boondocks or whatever.
Forest.
in the country. In the country, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
I
woods.
forgot
I
what it's
remember the
called.
scene I have. Like he keeps putting the paper and he's rolling it and he sits there and he's like, and he just sits there. And he's
Yeah,
like,
and you can't think of any stories to write. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mailman, whenever the mailman comes by, it drives by like a bat out of hell, and he just throws the mail out of the car like that. Just like,
I know. I remember that movie. I don't remember what it's called.
what
though,
is
but
it
yeah.
called? Oh my gosh! It
Y'all
was
look it up for
so
us and show
awesome.
us.
Yeah,
Chevy
'cause-
Chase. So it'd probably be around the 90s.
Yeah,
Early
it's
90s.
definitely 90s.
Yeah.
And they, the whole townspeople hate them. The townspeople hate them, and so they want him to move.
Yeah.
Funny Farm, I think it's called Funny Farm. I think.
That sounds
yeah.
right.
Um,
While y'all
no.
Google that, Alex wants to know
Okay.
what your favorite Spider-Man is, and all three comments. My top three are Miles Morales, Ben Riley, and Peter Parker.
Wow, Ben Riley.
Yep.
Okay.
Funny Farm.
I
It was
do not like
1988.
Spider-Man.
What did she just say that? What did she just say?
What was that question that Alex asked?
I've never been a fan. Although Tom Holland is a good Spider-Man, and it's actually watchable. I've never been a Spider-Man fan.
We had to take
I
a
mean, that's
sip.
fine. That's fine. That's okay. It's not a big deal. It's okay.
So I really liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I thought
That's
he
what I was
played-
going to say too, Joe.
I loved his character and the way that he
Yeah.
portrayed him, and so I liked him. You're so-
Look, Sean doesn't like Spider-Man either. Yay!
Oh my goodness! I've been trying to block him.
Trying to block that negativity.
Where's that no at? Let me see how can I get that up there.
But yeah, but the movie itself was not as enjoyable as the latest ones have been. I liked Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2 was okay. And then the Amazing Spider-Man? That's one with Andrew Garfield?
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man
And
1 and
then
2.
the most current ones are really good. I think Tom Holland does a really good job.
I
Yeah,
think my favorite was
one.
Andrew Garfield
Mm-hmm.
too. I thought
Yeah.
I liked that he was getting more on the older side, and he wasn't as nerdy as the first guy.
Tobey Maguire?
Yes,
I was gonna say,
yes.
who was the first guy?
Tobey Maguire, yeah. But I mean, I appreciated Tobey Maguire, but I definitely like Andrew Garfield, and I didn't have a problem with either of the movies. I thought they were great. I was like, and I hate that. Like when a studio's at that level where it's like in the movie world, Sandy, a lot of times what they'll do is they're like, we made $100 million. Well, part two's got to make $200 million, but it only made $150 million, so let's got to can it because it's not that good. And you're like, huh?
Right.
Yeah, they should just count all the Spider-Man.
Sandy, did you like Into the Spider-Verse?
Oh,
What is that?
That's a Spider-Man show.
Never heard of her.
So that is probably one of the best Spider-Man movies, and it's animated.
Okay,
I know you're
so
not real.
Eric took the boys to watch that. I didn't watch that,
It was good.
and
I
I didn't
love
take
that-
him to everything. But I'm like, I'm out on this one.
So I'm not gonna lie. I will. One of the things that I do love about Miles Morales is that he is an Afro Latino kid, and it's kind of like, what? I didn't see that coming anywhere, any day. And now that he's here, it's kind of like, okay, I really, really, really like him.
Yeah, yeah, it was really good. It was a good story. Like,
Yeah.
and the animation was just awesome.
I can't wait to play the game. I still want to play the game because I want to see the story on the PlayStation. So
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was in 3D too. I believe the movie was.
Yeah.
And
the
I don't
movie
know
was
if we
so
saw it.
good. It was just so good for the anime.
Like
it's fun.
the whole story was just awesome.
Yeah.
It was just really a good show.
And what Sony did was after the movie came out, or maybe right when it released, whatever. So for any of you guys who are into animation or whatever, they released the software that was used to create the entire movie and made it free. And they put it on the internet, so anyone can use the same software and make their own movie in the style of Into the Spider-Verse.
Really?
I wish I was that technically.
Do you know what the
but
app is called?
Jason actually uses it. He's used it at times. I cannot remember what it's called, and it's on the tip of my tongue. But I don't remember the exact name. So look it up, Alex,
Look,
for
Trump
us.
said
Tell us
his
what it
knows
is.
better.
It sure is.
He's like, let me show you how to do the note. I've been doing this
Right.
since day one.
Real quick, Alex did say he meant the favorite comic Spider. So, Alex, for me, the main Spider-Man that I love above all of the Spider-Man is always going to be Peter Parker, but even more specifically is the Cosmic Spider-Man. That's when he got the power Cosmic, and he had this space-looking suit, and it was white, and it was just like, what? Anyway, the whole comic run on that was just gnarly as heck. I enjoyed it very much. I loved it more than I loved the symbiote Spider-Man. So,
Oh my god.
yeah.
The symbiote.
Oh, real quick on that. So they released the second trailer for Venom.
What about the
Venom
Zygote
Part 2.
Spider-Man?
Yeah. So if you didn't notice, at the end of Venom 1, what's his name? Harrelson. Woody Harrelson.
Harrelson, yeah.
His hair was curly, and it was just like the comic books. And there are some things that need to just stay in the comics and not come onto the screen
Right,
sometimes.
absolutely.
In this case,
Yes,
Woody
like
Harrelson's
Spider-Man.
hair did not look... I mean, it was just a curl that just didn't look right for him.
Right.
But in the new trailer, they changed his hair straight. And so I was like, okay, that actually works.
Woody
a lot better.
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Is he the guy
Oh.
for Cheers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he was also in one of my favorite movies, California. He was a serial killer, him and his girlfriend.
Oh.
No, not California.
Oh,
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers. That's it.
It sounds the same thing as California. Correcting me. On live
Wait,
TV.
there's a movie called California, right?
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I shouldn't be laughing at you.
But yeah,
but I'm
Natural
going
Born
to
Killers,
anyway.
Natural Born Killers is what I meant, though.
Okay.
That's
That
what I
movie was
meant.
freaky. I watched that once with a buddy, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to sleep."
Yeah,
we were at his house.
Was
I was
Hurley.
like,
He was mean. His girlfriend
mean,
said,
it
"You're
was
mean,
brutal.
Hurley."
What in the hell, building is
Yeah.
going on?
Yep. She was
All right.
mean. She
I'm
was
watching. I've been watching House.
mean.
MD. Yes, and man,
Not-
I was
not
really young
this
and
old House.
stupid because the character, like, I hate him so good. Like, I don't like him at all. I think he's everything they call him in the show. I'm like, you're right, and I'm like, well, I've tried to stop watching it twice, but I keep coming back to it. I'm like, he doesn't bring me back to it because I know how he acts, and I'm like, they really wrote him well enough for me to not like him. And I used to like him when I was younger, and so it's like, man. But the stories, I do like watching it for the stories, the medical stories.
Right. You know that he's an English actor too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's funny. He has to hide his accent, and he's got to know all the medical terminology.
but you know, English seem to do
He's got a good
our
brain.
accents so much better than we do theirs. Especially some of us on here.
I
What are
know.
you
I was
talking
waiting for
about?
Joe. I was
What
like,
are you talking about? Cup of
What, mate?
tea.
come here, lad.
I think it's time for a cup of tea. I'm waiting for my ice cream, really. I know when allowed to
Anyhow.
be here. He'll be here shortly.
Status update, please.
So I did get to watch He-Man. And
He-Man woman hater.
He-Man Revelations, and basically that's what everyone's doing is hating on it.
Is it bad?
Who's He-Man?
I liked it. I don't remember the guy's name. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And it's not called He-Man. It's called Masters of the Universe for a reason. And it's interesting. It's different. It's definitely modern. And it plays on some postmodern ideas. But
Don't
the
say
thing is,
it's
it's
bad,
not
Joe.
done. It's not done. And I remember when I watched Voltron, the new series on Netflix, and I thought I really liked it. By the time it ended, I loved it. So I'm just gonna wait for the rest of the series to come out. But it's good. I think the animation's good and the stories are fun. But
Alex says Kevin Smith's Master of the Universe looks good.
yeah, it is. I will tell you, it's. I'll just let it out of the bag. It's not a big deal, but it is
Spoiler
very
alert.
woman-centered. So I wouldn't say She-Ra, but I would say it is definitely the woman taking the lead in the show. For at least for this episode arc, or however we want to call it, this first season.
Right.
So yeah, that's why it's not called He-Man. Instead, it's called Masters of the Universe. Because
Interesting.
I won't say anything else.
I added
But
it to my
definitely give it a
list.
watch.
So I make
okay.
sure.
All right. Good.
To what list? Do you have a
Uh,
list?
I have a
yeah.
list.
You have a lisp?
Hey, I
I have a
committed to
list.
memory, and I'm like, I'm gonna.
Who did you
Oh,
commit?
Yeah.
for all of my Filipinos out there, there is an anime like series called Trece that is on Netflix,
Netflix.
and it's about Filipino witchcraft and stuff like that. So
Oh sure. What?
it's,
Filipinos have witchcraft.
I mean, just
according,
like the
yeah,
Mexicans do.
yeah, I think
You gotta
so.
remember,
But
Sandy, Filipinos were in, what do you call it? They had been
they were
occupied for
invaded
100 years by Spanish
350 years.
conquistadors.
Yep, yep.
Freaking
Just like in
conquistadors
Mexico.
taking
Yeah.
voodoo over there.
It's funny though because you need to watch Joe Coy. He talks about it all the time. He's one of my
He's
favorite
Joe Coy's gonna
comedians.
be in Midland.
He's coming to
Yo.
Midland. I'm like, Midland?
Oh, you know
Really?
what? I had one of our integration team members at work was telling us that there's a new practice. You know, I work at a vision center place, and we acquire vision practices and bring them into the fold, kind of thing. So they purchased some people out in Midland, Odessa, and I was like, I
This
saw the
does not
ticket
apply
come on
to
my
Joe.
queue. I told him, I said, hey, if you're still down there, I was like, go stop by La Bodega. I said, and order their enchiladas, but be prepared because their enchiladas are made a little bit different, but they're good. Just give it a try. And they're like, well, we're not going to be there anymore. We're going to be in Odessa, but I wish I would have known that. I'm like, that's okay because there's a one there in Odessa also.
There's a lot of niggas there as well.
So I was like,
What
go
a
stop by and
coincidence.
have it. Yeah, that's so funny. What
Yeah,
else?
I'm a Filipino in name only, so
Okay, I'm gonna tell you about another show I'm watching real quick.
what?
But I'm watching. There's an anime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 3, right?
oh,
And I will
yes.
tell you, this series has been excellent because it's always action packed. It's always lots of explosions and lots. You know, it's just a bunch of fun time. And then last season they ended, and then they picked up this new series, which was just a melancholic show of the same thing, just from a different point of view, and I enjoyed it a lot. Well, then they came out with the new season. I'm ready for explosions and death and all this really cool stuff, but we just ended 5 episodes of them just planning in every single episode, and it was like I had more fun watching Dragon Ball Z power up the freaking Spirit Bomb for 5 episodes than you guys sit here
Me too.
and just
Yeah.
talk about whatever you're talking about.
We're about to. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
This is what could happen.
They were like, you
And if-
humans
but if
do
this
this,
happens,
you do this,
we
we're
do
going to do
this.
this. And they were just like, okay, well, what's next? Because that's what the show's been known for. But then now all of a sudden it's just like, I'm like, huh,
It's
I
just
think
not
I'm
the
going to
same.
have to stop. I think I'm going to
not
have to
the
stop
same.
watching this. Jeez. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about that anime. Okay.
That's all you got to say. That's all I got to
That's
say
all I
about
gotta say.
that.
And I love that show. I loved it.
What show?
That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Your
Oh.
favorite, Cindy?
Oh, that show. Oh my god.
The one with the really long name?
How did I forget
So,
that?
are you reading any new books, Sandy, or any new podcasts that you?
Oh.
You know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, Tammy sent me a new podcast, and it's super interesting because it is actually
Because somebody
a
died.
yeah. Actually, no, this is actually totally different than what I listened to. It's called Do No Harm by Wondery. And it's about a family so far. Episode 1. The mom places her child on a chair while she's washing off the other baby. The baby falls. Fractures
It goes
its
into the
skull.
astral world. Oh.
Yeah. Fractures its skull. So she rushes to the hospital, and then all of a sudden they're like, man, this looks like a child abuse.
Oh yes.
So it's going to be totally different than what I'm used to. So, but
Not
anyway,
based
you
on a
guys,
true story?
yeah, it's based on true story, but it's
Oh.
not like a murder. But it's called Do No Harm
an
by
abuse
Wondery.
story.
Wow.
It's true story, but
That's
it's
an-
not murder.
Murder.
And it
I'm
There
never
was
gonna
a-
have to listen to that.
Yeah, I believe there's a
Can't do
medical. I can't remember. I think I watched on The Good Doctor. There was a episode where they could have swore that the parents were hurting the children, and so they had called in child services and stuff like that. But she ended up having some sort of condition.
medical
where,
condition. Mhm.
Yeah, where she was a lot more fragile than
She was Mrs. Glass.
Yes.
George
Yes.
Glass's wife.
Yeah. She doesn't know where that's coming from. She just
I just throw things out there.
right, exactly.
Okay.
Oh, what does Joanne say there?
She
What?
said, "I just finished Cynthia's book, Jamie. Did
You
you
just got
have
that
you all
on
finished it?
Saturday. So I was about to say that next. I was going to say I got her book, and I haven't started it yet, but I wanted to. But
Have you got it?
No, I haven't got my book.
mine was signed and everything. Maybe yours went to the wrong addresses, guys. Y'all should reach out to her.
No, mine's supposed to go to the office. Everything I have shipped.
Oh, I bet it's there already. It's in one of those boxes that you have up front. That
No,
are
I
just
You probably
was
owe
there.
49 cents for it.
Right, exactly.
Did you know? Are you sure you didn't get a sticker?
I didn't get a sticker. I was
Oh, they put it in someone else's mailbox. You better go around the
unbelievable.
block and see.
I need to ask her
Just go
about the
around the
tracking
block.
because I wanted to check it out. The
So
cover
do it now
at least.
before you forget. Do it now.
Right. Frank.
But yeah, I have her book too. So Joanne, was it good? Because it looks good. Like I'm
Would
excited
you
to read
recommend
it.
it? How many
Man, I already
thumbs
got
up?
the book, and
Yeah,
I ordered. I was like the first person to order it.
I
Hold
know.
on. Hold on.
That's some shenanigans.
And Joanne sent the check to the wrong person, so she had enough time to send 2 checks.
And you still haven't
Just
got
letting
yours.
y'all know.
Yeah, and Joanne had technical difficulties.
She had technical.
What in the racist anti-Filipino
It
thing is going
was.
on here?
She had a story about the fear of Filipinos.
Oh,
It was
what is that phobia called? I wonder.
Philophobia. It was philophobia.
Panoiophobia.
Oh, she said she got hers yesterday.
Oh my
And
Oh,
she
okay.
finished it.
Dang, I
She
wish I was
finished
retired too.
You're a speed reader.
Yeah, she
Joanne's
is.
like, I ain't watching y'all's kids today.
Tell
I've
us how it
got
was
books to
though.
read."
Like out of 1 to 5, Joanne, tell us what it was and
5 being
what-
the best.
Yeah.
Can
While
Joe
we wait
borrow
for you
your
to
book?
do that, like,
Joanne's book probably says to Joe.
yeah,
Right, exactly. You
she
non-believer.
probably got 2
You
books. She probably
did.
got 2 books.
That's
All
funny.
right.
I think I hear my ice cream, my creamistry here.
We heard it too.
Look at this, y'all.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Hey, they got you a large.
They also didn't give him almond milk.
Oh,
They must really like you. What in the
I
world
did
is going
Venmo him, Mama.
Tell her to be quiet. Not.
on? Throw a
Thanks.
chocolate chip in her
Thanks,
head.
James. Appreciate it.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James.
Reese's peanut butter and Oreo. Oh my gosh!
Is it
Put that
cashew
back on the
based?
screen, Joe. Put it
like
back on
my
the.
Is it cashew based?
It's like your mini you, huh?
Yeah.
Put it up closer.
Joe, confirm that it's
Ow.
cashew based.
Is it cashew based?
Why are you yelling at us?
Oh, he said yes.
If not, throw it at him.
What?
Look,
So,
even Brenda said, "Thanks, James."
No.
I was like, wait a minute. I couldn't translate that right in my head. I was like,
James
who's
hooked
James?
it up.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, what are you watching right now?
Hey, Brenda, what are you reading? Brenda's on Audible right now.
Oh, see, that's the way that I would do. I can't just sit there and read a book anymore.
I have it. I wish I could tell y'all some of the books that I read, but y'all would be like, oh,
Joanne
that's
said,
not
"Well, it was
at all."
interesting, but didn't faze me much, except for one story. It's a good, fast read." Joanne, would
Oh,
you
that's good
say
to
you
know.
developed any phobias, Joanne?
Probably not. If anything, the stories got scared of her. Just saying. Just saying.
Joe, what do you think?
I go so far. All I'm eating is the Oreo cookies.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing the things that annoy you as you get older.
Like when I'm talking with my mouth full.
Like when anyone talks with their mouth full. It's disgusting.
That's okay. That's
better.
okay.
It's
Another
as he sits there and
It's
eats
even
pickles.
it's even more disgusting than what's
Ooh.
that word called when you say things with a
So
different
that
voice?
the cream itself has a different consistency.
I do your
It's
eating
creamy.
cream.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. So let's start with the questions, man.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. 1 through
Got my
what?
book, guys.
So we have
1
more
Remember-
time.
through 15.
Oh yeah. So give me one. Yeah. While you guys are putting up numbers for Sandy to pick 1 through 15, I'm
Put
gonna
in
just tell you a little
numbers
bit again.
1 through 15.
So if you weren't here on Monday, Joe had called me up and was like, "Dude, you're basically sucking on the show." And I was like, "I'm sorry. Okay, thanks for telling me."
Cliff
I
notes.
went out that night and I was like, "I need to figure out a way because I don't like to focus on me too much." So when I have some order on the show and something that helps me focus on other people, it helps me out tremendously. So I went out. I was like, "I'll go look for a book," and I found this book called 3,000 Questions About Me. And the idea is I can ask this to everyone, and y'all can answer. What's wrong, Sandy?
I just remembered. I bought a book.
Oh, well, tell us about the book first.
Well, it's about it has questions too.
Oh, you got one of these too?
Yes, I did. It's on my
Get outta
Kindle, and I left it at my office. But anyway, so
Okay.
we can alternate.
Yes. Okay. Sounds good. Because 2,998 questions isn't enough for us.
No.
So.
Alex says
All right.
he hates sounds too, mocos and chewing loud.
We used to call my little brother. His name is Marcos, and we used to call him Mocos as a kid.
Oh, that's awful. That's okay. We used to tell my little brother that we found him in the dumpster. We did. We were.
I told my niece
awful.
that today. Yesterday, I told her that a couple days ago, and she was like, "You called that to my dad?" I was like, "And a lot worse." But yeah, we'll start with that.
Right. We'll just let you know right now. So Brenda said she really doesn't watch too much right now. She has a 5-year-old, and he keeps her busy.
You look at this face, Brenda. I'm like, 5-year-olds. That means, well, if you put on Backyardigans, actually, it's a pretty good face. My kids are 11 and 13, and my niece is 19. They're still walking around the house singing Backyardigan songs.
Backyardigans had Uniqua in it, didn't it?
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, you're
how I
good.
remember that.
All right. Do we have any numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and shoot
Brenda
me
wants
one.
to know, Joe, how's the creamistry? I think he hates it, the way he's over there acting.
He's not. Yeah, he's not really.
He's
doesn't
not
seem
really
too
into it.
enthusiastic about it, right?
No.
Like
It's
it's like
good.
he's just trying to finish it.
It's
He's
good
like
stuff.
still involved in the show. He's talking
Okay.
too much. Okay,
All right.
15.
15. Ooh, okay, here we go. Do you think friends make better lovers, or that friends should never cross that line? That's a good question.
Joe's like, my creamistry done went bad.
Do you think friends make better lovers, or that friends should never cross that line?
I think this is
You
where
want
the
to take
song
it first, Sandy?
Friends in Low Places. Let's see here. I guess this is going to be TMI, and my son is on here. So this is really awkward
I'm gonna
right
turn
now.
the volume down a little bit.
Right. I mean, I guess I can't, maybe. Like if you told your friend everything and then you become lovers and they know exactly what you want, maybe I could see that happening. Does that make sense? Like if you had a friend and you said, man, I love this, this, and this, and then your friend does this, this, and this, and then I guess.
And then y'all just did this together.
Uh-huh.
And then y'all like
And then
doing it.
yada
together
yada
more.
yada.
Blah,
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 blah.
blah.
You want to go, Joe? Or you want me to answer first?
Go ahead.
Okay. I say that because I
Don't
want him
get
to give him time to keep eating. So, I think. So I'm not sure if I could say friends do make better lovers, but I do know that to have a lover, you should be friends. It'd be nice if y'all were friends. Better if you're best friends, right? But if you have a friend that becomes your lover and it doesn't work out, I don't know how you go back to being friends. Not saying that it can't happen, but that it's going to be, I think it might be tough going back to being friends. So,
Yeah, especially like, hey, friend, you
Yeah.
suck at lover.
well, and you know, I'm thinking about that. I remember I told you about that girl who had shared her thoughts or whatever with me, and I was like,
That old lady.
"Oh, I don't have any feelings like that for you. I'm so sorry. What did I say that did that?" So I think in like that situation, I
You know
was
what
like,
you
"I'm okay
said?
with being friends."
You were probably talking about something and you were like, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice. So that's why she was like,
And you know what? I remember what happened because I thought about it some more, and I was like, that night I had graduated.
You've been drinking.
I had started talking to an ex-girlfriend of mine, and was telling her that, and I think that's when she confessed something. I was all like, I thought I was just trying to get some advice from you about my ex and getting back with her. What?
Oh.
I don't. I'm so sorry. I don't like you like that. Oh my gosh. And it was one of those where like all of time just rewound real quick, and I thought, wait, all these interactions. I thought we were just friends. Sandy was like as good as a friend I am with you, and I was just like, oh my gosh, okay.
Don't get it twisted, Sandy.
Awkward.
So Joanne said, I had 2 shifts of grandkids this weekend, and I am Bush, 2 3-year-olds and a 5-year-old. So I feel for you. So she's talking to Brenda. And then Alex says, TMI for my mother. She is on here after all. Julie was my best friend before we started dating. Thank you for cleaning that up. Sean said, no.
Sean says no. Okay. You want to answer, Joe, now?
I would say
It ruins the friendship.
I would
Yeah.
say 99% of the time it's not possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because once you cross that line and then all of a sudden you can't just like say
You can't
"Ah, okay."
uncross it.
Right. It's like when you're
It's
at a
like when you
restaurant,
cut
right?
pants. You can't cut back.
Right. Like you can always add more salt after it's done cooking, but you can't take salt out.
Right.
No.
hmm
So don't be salty, kid.
Don't be salty.
Don't salt
All
your
right.
lovers.
What's the next number?
Number 3?
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I should have told him to get me a small because this is. a
I
lot.
know. That's why I'm like, this is as much as I can handle. Tell
I'm
the
like,
family.
and I wasn't really expecting any dessert tonight. I should have said small, but
All right.
hey,
Let's see if
Go
you guys
big
got
or
this
go
one.
home.
Do you know
The
your
Muffin Man?
own worth? Do you know your own worth?
Yes.
I imagine you would, Sandy, actually.
Yes, I do.
I imagine you have a policy on that, too.
Sure do. At one point in time, it was 2.2 million. Yes.
What happened to make it go up or down?
I quit. I quit a certain job that required that much.
I'm curious now. What are we talking about here? Can you share?
My
Can you
worth,
elaborate?
girl. That was my worth.
But what
I
job
was
did you
worth
quit?
More dead than alive. There
When
was
you were
a
at your
job.
prime, it was like
There was
the
a
liver?
job that required you to sell life insurance, and sometimes you had to purchase life insurance to meet goals. It was very highly encouraged. So,
You had
in
to sell
trying to
yourself.
meet quotas and stuff, I would allow friends to sell stuff to me. Yada yada yada. So I was worth 2.2 million.
wow!
I was in the wrong field. I should have been Sandy's friend whenever I was like,
I
Yeah,
love
you
how you
should.
just came up with a number like just like that. Because
No, I will never forget that because when I quit, it was so satisfactory to sign all those cancellation forms.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, do
Well,
you know
now it's
your own
only
worth?
like at a million.
Oh, much more manageable.
Much more manageable.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it not necessarily monetarily. I'm looking more as far as being a dad, and I think I've done fairly well. So I think I'm pretty worthy of being called a good dad. So
Anyway,
most
what's your
part.
life insurance value?
well, so that's it's like 300,000. So I'm probably not.
I'll
Yeah.
call you tomorrow, Joe. We need to have a chat.
If we're looking, make sure when you answer this in the comments, guys, that y'all answer with the positive spin. I don't want to hear any of that. You're not worth anything or whatever. So I think when I think about my own worth to the world, I'd like to think that I have done things on this planet that go towards the betterment of humanity, and that I've done my part to kind of either hold the line against, the bad stuff that happens in this world, or have pushed the line, so that it's a better world for my kids when I leave, for our kids' futures. Even if it was a tiny bit, I would like to say that at least in my circles, I was able to hold the line or push it back, and however small way that is. But I feel like without me here, I couldn't have been as impactful in the world with the show, with you guys, with friends and relationships that I've carried, and people that I've helped out throughout the years. So
And-
I meant ditto. That's what I meant.
Right. And piggyback and snowballing on that idea. I feel that.
And
Raising
vis-a-vis, to
two-
sum it up, and in
Right.
conclusion, what he said.
Raising two good human beings is also adding to the worth. That's
yeah.
probably like 3 million now.
All right. Well, is there another number, or Joe? You
No,
want to give me a
that's
number?
it. 15-3. Joe, what number would you pick? And Joe, did we read Joanne's comment? She said that would be heck to the no. It ruins a friendship.
Yeah. Let's go with
kinda agree with her.
5.
Okay. Here we go. Oh wow. What do you compartmentalize in your life? What do you compartmentalize in your life? I know. I got this one. I
Go
got
first, Joe.
I was like, did she just call me out?
I sure did. I knew you had an answer ready.
Okay. So I'm really good at work. I'm really good with my employees. Whenever I am angry with them, I let them know that I'm angry with them, but I don't carry it further. So I think I'm able to compartmentalize and say, hey, you know what? I was angry at this point in time, but I'm not going to take it out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to, it needs to be a discussion. We're going to learn from this, and I'm not going to drag it on. So there's usually, once we talk about it, there's no leftover feelings. There's no leftover going to be, oh, I'm not going to punish you for this or punish you for that, that type
Unless
of thing.
that translog gets deleted.
Unless it translates. It's happened a couple of times.
It's happened to me too. Several
So-
more times than I care to admit.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I think I'm really good at just keeping my anger in check, and making sure that I talk to them and we make it a learning experience and not necessarily this whole big scenario thing. So
This opera.
yeah, because I don't like operas. I want people to know up front, and if I need to learn how to discuss it. I'm like, we're discussing this. We're through with this. Let's move on.
Okay.
That's good.
What about you, Sandy? What do you compartmentalize in your life?
Nothing. And I can't even pronounce the word next.
Compartmentalize.
I don't even know. I
What are
don't
you
even
good at
have
putting-
compartments in my brain. Like I don't work like that. I don't know. I'm broken.
All right. So I think for me, it's easy to. So when I get news, like if someone's sick, or there's where emotion can really sometimes get me down. There are times when I can be like, stop. I'm going to take this at this moment. Like if I'm at work, I'm going to wrap this in a little piece of paper and throw it in a drawer in my head. And I'm going to leave it there until I'm ready to address that later.
Stick a pin
Basically, yes.
in it, back around.
Yes. So I can do that, and then I can come home later, or I can get away from the kids, or whatever the case is, and then I can open that drawer, and the stuff comes out, and it's like, okay. I'm not always good at it, but I do feel like it has been something I've been growing in the last 5 years, being able to do that better.
So I guess just thinking about and listening to your example, I'm not good at that because I would forget what it was that I was upset about. I'm not good. No, I don't compartmentalize nothing.
I don't
I thought she was going to say carpe diem. I was like,
I don't-
carpe diem.
I don't
that?
compartmentally anything.
Right, no.
Okay.
Joanne says, who cares what you're worth in money? You won't be alive to enjoy that. It's the now that counts, and I'm worth billions.
I keep telling that to my wife, and she just looks at me, Joanne, and she's like, right.
Chon said not
Right.
so.
Right.
I'm with you, though, Joanne. I'm with you, though.
Okay, we got time for one more. Let's get one more.
Okay.
Una más.
I'm going to change the page. Give me a number, Sandy.
Oh my gosh, 7.
7. Okay, here we go.
1,345.
And 7.
Right, and 7 cents.
And a half inch.
0.7.
All right.
Whoa, keeping us.
Here goes, Sandy.
Okay.
If a reality TV show were based around your life, What would it be called?
We already know. We already
We
know
do?
what it would be called.
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what it would be called.
What would it be called, Joe?
The okayest mom.
Wait, did we already ask
I was
this?
gonna say Chancla University, but okay, it's mom works too.
Right. I feel like you asked that. You said that the other day, but did I ask this question already?
No, we
No.
we did the magazine.
Oh,
Joe
okay.
was an American
okay.
Filipino.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Okay.
I was like, okay, yeah, Sandy's would definitely be. I would watch it.
Oh gosh, here we are, compartmentalizing again.
What's she compartmentally now?
Right. Next time when we compartmentalize.
You're really having a difficult time saying it, aren't you?
I really am. Like,
Every
this is
time.
no joke. I'm really trying. Joan, what the hell? Look at that. She old. Look at Joanne's show. Joanne rules. I feel like this is
That's
currently
actually really
on-
good. I could.
Right.
That,
Yeah.
Jamie, what's yours?
Jamie would be the life of an IT. And
is that what it be?
Living
That
a
could be-
pineapple under the sea.
so outside the life of IT.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that actually. Yeah, I kind of like that. Outside the life of IT. I'll adopt that.
You know, because if you think about it, like IT, everyone depends on you to fix their issue.
Mhm.
But then you like leave and you're like, I have issues. So
And no
someone
one
gonna
wants to
fix
help me
them.
fix them.
But
No one
you get more issues because, like, yeah.
Oh my
like,
gosh. Okay, so when Joe says that, here's the reason why. I have met with people before where I'm like, man, I just need someone to talk to. Can we meet up? And we'll be like, yeah, let's go. So we go, we sit down, and I'm like, and there have been times where I even spelled it out specifically. I need to talk to someone, and I just need you to listen, and then tell me what I could do better, please. And so then we start talking, and I do that, and then they'll say, wow, this is really good. I feel like this would help me out. Like, I need to tell people that I blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's nice. So I was talking about how, and I'll do that again, Sandy, and they'll be like, yeah, I get it. Kind of like, because I need help in this area where blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, so one of us needs help. That part's apparent out of this. We're not going to focus on me, so I guess that means I'll go ahead and focus on you. And then their problem, then I'm calling them a week later. Hey, remember when we talked last week? You said this was your problem, so are you still dealing with that or not?
Yeah.
And it's like, can anyone please do this with me? Can anyone just give me 15 minutes of me time and then help me out like I'm helping you? Please.
That would be IT. Help me out.
Right. Help me compartmentalize.
So y'all need to come up with my show. What would my show be? Because I gave, I got y'all shows.
That's easy.
What's that?
2%.
Yes.
Or the 2%er.
2%er.
2%er, yes.
The superhero presenting superhero 2%er. Like, I ain't gonna save you, save yourselves. I'll be there. I'll take a picture of it.
It's always.
See, and so the funny part is we'll make it so that the show is, we talk about, we don't get to see the thing that you do 100% in, which is your photography.
Right.
And how you're so successful at how the world sees you being so awesome and spectacular. But in everything else, it's 2%. And it's like, how is he even successful when he can't even ride a skateboard right? Or he crashes a drone into a pool? Or he breaks his kid's arm? Or
he's uncompartmentalizing.
He's
everything that he wants to tell you.
Like, it all just happens. When a friend calls him up to talk, he focuses on himself instead.
Look, Mr. Nap.
Oh,
that's a good one too.
That's a sequel.
There you go. Yeah, that's the side story, right?
Good
So
job.
that would be yours, Joe. Is that?
The 2%. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. Oh, and that's
and waking up at 12 in the afternoon to go to
The
work and
life
then getting
of
off
a napper.
at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows you're the napper, so I think that's probably going to go more than the 2%.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Either way, Either way,
Do you adopt it?
did y'all see my new site right here? Look at Joe to the max.
That's an oxymoron.
Right. Joe to the 2% max.
Who's the oxymoron on the show?
But y'all don't realize that the max is 2%.
Yeah. No.
But 2% of the time, he's 100%.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Watch out now.
I took it.
Watch out now.
I think I put that in some compartment a long time ago, and I just took it out. So
Compartment.
anyway,
So I'm gonna tell you,
I knew it. See, we said it, Sandy. Yeah. I knew it.
It's a super size. That's like too much.
No, when he said earlier it was too much, when it was too big, he should have gotten something smaller.
No,
that's when I knew he
promise
didn't
you,
like it.
These are filling. Like
No,
just
because
this little
have you seen
piece.
it? No. But have you seen his blizzards? And he'll finish
Yes.
that to the bottom. He'll be like, I need
He'll
more.
slurp
Actually,
it.
Yeah, I
yes.
was just like, it's okay. Maybe I shouldn't have got all that
That's
Oreo.
too much.
That might have been a
That's
little
too
too
much.
much.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like I put strawberries and almonds in mine.
Oh, yeah, you went healthy in so.
Well, I don't know about healthy, but
I like
Right.
strawberries and almonds. That sounds good, actually, in ice cream. Strawberries, almonds, pistachios, maybe even.
Yep.
Little chocolate
pistachios.
shavings.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, Sandy, do you have a show going tomorrow?
I don't. I have to pack tomorrow.
Again?
Yes.
She's going back to Nashville.
I'm going back to Nashville to look for my driver's license.
Oh, after the show, tell me about that, okay? Because I've been telling Dr. Pineapples, and I'm like, I don't remember what the story is, though. But I know she lost her something, so.
So, where are you going?
We're going
You know
to
what?
Vernon.
I was actually supposed to be in Atlanta
What happened?
City?
Why are you not going?
because they moved it to a virtual event.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're not happy about it. The other Aloha resellers are not happy about it. So
I bet. They were looking
I'd be
forward
like,
to get away
well,
from their wives.
They were looking for. For a
seriously,
super
most
spreader
people love
event.
conferences to get away from their significant others and act a fool.
My birthday's next week, and my wife is headed to somewhere else for the weekend. I got my older daughter to stay with a friend. I'm looking for someone for my older daughter to stay with, and then my niece is the only one that I didn't plan for, and I can't really just pawn her off anywhere.
Just
so
put
I
her
was like,
outside.
I told her
She's
to stay in the
19.
basement.
Just
I
give her a little
know.
bowl of water.
she's
Put her
19.
outside.
It's like, here's the keys. Just go do
I'm
something.
so excited because she got her driver's license yesterday, guys.
Nice.
She passed
And
her
she can
test.
drive you around.
I've been sending her to the store already, and it's been awesome.
No, shit, that's what it's about. It's like sending them to go get stuff. Like, yeah, that's
Like
what
when
it's
you
about.
run out of lettuce and you tell them, go get me something, they bring back cabbage. It's
Yes,
the
that's what I do, except there's a salmonella
It's
thing
the
on lettuce.
best. You can give her
But
the
I get you,
keys
Sandy.
and tell
I
her to
get you.
go to Metropolis and leave you alone.
For the weekend.
For the
weekend.
Right.
Anyway, I'm excited for the weekend. So, all right. So no show tomorrow. And guys, so I had a guest planned out for tonight. We rescheduled because I spoke with her, and
You went shopping.
her content is phenomenal. Let me tell you, she's going to come on here next Wednesday, and she's going to talk about generational wealth growth. And so, for those of you who don't know, it's about building something today that our children and our children's children can use for the future.
That's too late for me.
And that's what I said to her too, Joe. But
You're
wait,
25,
you're
Joe.
older than I am, though. So never mind. Never mind. It is. But for Sandy and I, people like Sandy and I, and younger, we're good. So anyway, she's going to come and
Got
talk. It
2%
was
left.
so enthusiastic. Let me just tell you, she was talking about starting a business where you can employ your kids and you can make money off of that. And I was like, I'm all about making money off my kids because they're going to be gone one day.
Yeah.
Okay, and more than just taxes, but I'll take that too. So anyway, she's really enthusiastic. I'm excited to have her come on next Friday. Her name is Esther, and I'll tell you more about her next week.
Sounds bueno.
Awesome.
All right. And while Joe's doing what he's doing, because I forgot to do it, I will tell y'all we'll be back Monday where we're going to read some more of our 3,000 questions so we can focus on some fun things that you guys be prepared to answer. And we'll have some other segments come in, like our 2 cents and grind gears. And you can tell us what grinds your gears. Okay?
Yeah, tell us. Tell
And
us what
make
grinds your
notes
gears.
because we have to write ours down. So make notes of what grinds our
Yes.
gears.
Or post them on our Facebook page. Hey, and guys, head over to YouTube and subscribe to us on there because we're still sitting at 62 for the last.
What is wrong with you
Ever?
people?
Right.
So if you can help
And
us out.
watch out for that Instagram because I've been been
And y'all
doing
haven't
the
been
You did that to me
interacting.
today. Thank you. Or yesterday, yeah. I appreciate that.
I've been doing that, so trying to get some more activity going on because I'm trying. So we're not as good as the social media girls we had on, but so I'm working on it. I'm working
Good.
on it.
And I'm going to start focusing more on the Facebook post. So, yeah.
I'm gonna
Anyway,
take
guys,
care of my page, so
Yes,
business as usual.
Sandy's
I
all
know.
over her page, man.
Always.
Gosh,
Anyway.
I'm not jealous or anything. I'm just
Hey, guys, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us
Thank y'all
tonight.
so
And as
much.
usual,
remember to be kind and rewind.
look for and meet new friends. You
You
filthy,
filthy
animals.
animals. I like it. I still like it.
I think it's great.
I think it's awesome.
Jamie's